Let me anyway, got some work clothes, giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the Church of Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere and hopeful alike. Alright, you brothers out there prophesying in the true name and the true doctrine about the times we're in, the heredity for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Alright, it's your brother Quadash Payal. You know, this is church, you know, and I'm gonna do it in my cardis today because, you know, due to the schedule changes and, you know, things like that. But Lord willing, man, you know, now that I got this car, I could be able to do some app jobs and have more time, you know, but this work still got to go out, you know, because this is the main work. You know, this is the main labor. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, through the Spirit, we could open up with that in the book of Hebrews. Right? Because this is an honor, you know, to know the Lord's name, to know that you know, the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? Because you see a lot of false prophets, you know, a lot of men that know they Israel, but they don't got it all. Right? They didn't eat the whole roll like the Lord told Ezekiel. You know, they doing it for their self benefit. But to know the deep dark sayings, the parables of what Yahweh Shai brought out. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to teach it. And to be able to be sincere about it. You know, and to go through things, you know, proving thyself. Right? Proving your faith. You know, going through humility stages. Right? Going through scenarios of that keeps you in that humble mindset mentality. You know, it's all a work in progress. Right? Scripture say the Lord chastised those he loves, and for Yahweh Shem Yahushai to bring us through the fire to be tried as gold is tried. You know, that shows love right there, because, you know, he don't got to do that. We need him. We need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Quadash. He don't need us. Right? So with that in itself is merciful. Just even having 144,000 men is merciful. You know? See, our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Native and Seminole Indians, which are the biblical Israelites, we're going through what we're going through as a nation, because our people went off as a nation, went out to, you know, just doing their own will, loving this place, loving what this place has to offer, rather than seeking the Lord, rather taking heed to what's going on, and realizing that we're in a time of prophecy. We're in a time of Yahweh Shai returning. But yeah, our people want to go whoring to other gods, all these different religions, right? Whether it's Buddha, Krishna, Allah, you know what I'm saying? Catholics, Jehovah's Wickedness. Even knowing you were Israelite, but wanting to change the doctrine, you know? And a lot of things that these people change that's in the scriptures, it's like common sense of like, yo, why would you even do that? You know, like the dudes that said that God loves everybody. No, you see, that shows that people don't read. That shows, like the scripture say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because people don't take the initiative to read, to want to find out, to really, because they don't believe, right? Because and they don't fear. Our people don't fear the Lord, man. Because if they did, they'll take the accountability, of their actions, so they could obtain that salvation. We're in a time of salvation. We're in a time of all hell breaking loose, but also those that endure it. Like it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be, in Isaiah, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. We want to be stable in that time. We want to be stable when complete famine comes to play. Right? People are robbing gas now from people's cars. Because the gas prices is rising up. Right? So that's the beginning of and these things are going to start happening quicker. The Lord is speeding up the times for the elect's sake, as the scriptures say in the book of St. Matthew 24. Right? But what are the elect doing right now? Staying upon their watch. Filtering everything that's going on through the scriptures. How to conduct yourself. Knowing the times, knowing what time we're in, to be what? In holy conversation. This is the book of Hebrews. Chapter 4, verse 11. Right? Wow. I'm going to read Hebrews 4 and 11, and I'm going to go. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 1. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 1. Let us therefore fear. So we're supposed to, when you fear the Lord, you want to do that which is pleasing in His sight. Don't commit adultery. Don't go polluting your bodies with whatever the fuck you want to consume, however you consume it. Don't go worshiping these other idols, man. Because these places is idols, buildings. Scripture say the Lord dwelleth not in temples made with hands. We're the temple. It starts with us. Don't go getting tats. Don't go, people will have more faith in their jobs. People have more faith. They sacrifice for their children rather than sacrificing for the Lord. But yet, these be the same people that believe there's a higher power, or that believe that they believe in God, so to speak. Salaki, it's fucking hot as shit, man. Right? So, you don't want to be hypocritical, because the scriptures say these people honor me with their mouths, or with their lips rather, but their heart is far from me. So you don't want to, you want to keep that fear, and it's a righteous fear. Because when you fear somebody, these people fear the cops more than they fear the Lord, when the Lord is in control of everything, man. Oh, I don't want to get a ticket. I don't want to get locked up. I don't want, this to happen. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is in control of everything. He's orchestrating everything. So that should take away fear. In a sense of carnal fear in this world. But fearing the Lord in the sense of doing that which is pleasing in His sight. And most, that, when you trying to be righteous in this society, right? because this society goes contrary to what the scriptures speak about. But that shows faith. The Lord want to see you try. He want to see you put effort. Acknowledge the holy days, rehearsing these righteous acts, prophesying if you're a man, you know. Don't be celebrating these pagan days. Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. Because you selling out. You selling out to you basically selling out to idols. You know what I mean? You know? Making a covenant with the heathen. Right? Like our people, when they made a covenant with the Greeks. Why? Because they feared the Greeks rather than fearing the Lord. You know, just like when the Lord did all those miracles to bring us out of the land of Egypt. All those plagues, man. Fucking 3 days of blackout. So dark the way the people felt it. Brought plagues of locusts, lice. The water turned to blood. You know? And what? When the Lord brought us out of there, yeah, we was in the wilderness, you know? But I wouldn't even give a fuck if I was in the wilderness. After seeing everything the Lord did, at that point it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? He could do anything, man, is what I'm saying. Right? Like the scriptures say that the deceived and the deceiver is his. Right? Anyway, jumping back to Hebrews chapter 4 verse 1. Let us therefore fear lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest. And that's what we want. You know? I fear more of not obtaining salvation than losing a job, than losing a family, than losing whatever this place got to offer. Because at the end of the day, bro, everything here is already burnt up. I'm talking about America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, a.k.a. Egypt, a.k.a. Sodom and Gomorrah, a.k.a. Greece, Rome. Those are all the spirits that's here today. All the same spirits that's here today. Just like prophets. If you're a righteous prophet, prophesying in the true name and the true doctrine, they're here today. Everything is manifesting. You know? Even these prophecies, as it was written. You know what I'm saying? So what we want to enter into that rest. So it says, any of you should seem to come short of it. We don't want to come short of obtaining that crown of life. You know, we're going to have to go through pain, man. It comes with it. It comes with the territory. We're going to have to go through suffering and agony. We're going to have to lose. You know, the Lord is turning things up. So, that's part of Sirach, the 2nd chapter. When it says what? When thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. A lot of times, it's easier said than done. Until you really, you know, lose everything the Lord blessed you with. Because you could, look, we're gonna get blessed way much more than whatever we think we're losing here. Because everything here is vain anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's vanity. Everything here is vanity and vexation of the spirit. We shouldn't have to work, bro. We shouldn't have to cater to no fucking family or woman. No matter how hard they feel it gets, because they emotional creatures. They want all the attention. They want things to like be catered to them. You know, this place is backwards, man. You know, you may have to be by yourself. Like me, man. I'm still with the brothers in the main camp through the spirit, and the brothers in, over there in the Church of Philadelphia. But at the end of the day, we can't save each other. We have to realize that. And we come into a time where the Lord is going to move pieces for brothers so that way he could gain them in their own way. The Lord knows us better than ourselves. See, these people, they suffering, but they don't know why they suffering. They don't know that it's the Lord doing it. They don't understand that it's only going to get worse. Right? So what? When all hell breaks loose, our people are being pushed to a corner as gas prices rise, as the food prices rise. As all these things are intensified prophetically, people are going to get, more in panic mode. And that's when people are going to rob each other, go through breaking each other's cars, breaking into each other's homes for the lack of bread, for the lack of water, People are already robbing gas out of other people's cars, right? So, these things was written. And the men of the Lord, starting from the apostles on down, and always saying the true name and the true doctrine, because a lot of people like to twist and add their own, sauce. The Lord got his own sauce, man. He got his own ingredients. You don't got to add or take away. Because what? That shows the lack of fear. Because now, the Lord's going to take away your ass from that book of life. And shalom, man, to the brothers on the common board. Yahbashim Yahshabakatham. You know what I'm saying? Because now what? Because if you know better, you're going to be beaten with many stripes. You're going to get it worse. Just like the oldest son. Say you got like 3 kids, right? You're going to discipline your oldest son first and foremost hard. Because you're looking at him like, yo, you know better, man. You know what I'm saying? But what? The Lord sets up false prophets as stumbling blocks. Because if the Lord has to sup with you through the Spirit. First and foremost. See, he's not dealing with everybody, man. Lord willing, I'll be saved. Lord willing, and this is why through the fear, it should want to push you to just fuck it. So it's either you serve the Lord or you serve, what else you serving here? What else do we have here that cannot be snatched away? If the Lord feels that, yo, you serving, you committing adultery on me. Because our people as a nation committed spiritual adultery. And this is why, we feel that pain through our women now. Yo, you read the book of Hosea. You know what I'm saying? That's not something easy. Like I say, jealousy is the rage of a man. So that's not nothing easy to have to go through. You know what I'm saying? To have to deal with. Especially if you have little ones. But what? That's us being hardened. Being tried like gold is tried in the furnace. Because Job had to go through it, man. But what? He kept his integrity. And at the end of the day, everything that's accumulating now, the point is that you got to keep your faith, keep your integrity, and understand that is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua orchestrating all this. Live chat. The Brother, ATLY, no. God damn, my phone is hot as shit. Damn, that's another problem. Fuck. My phone is hot as shit. Thank God I touched it. This, yeah, Khan. I think, what was that? Joshua, if I'm not mistaken? 4 verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin, right? Yeah, I might have to move my phone. James. Okay, because they're initials. Khan, and that's a good scripture. I'm gonna have to move my phone because, man, Salakia, just bear with me real quick. This phone just got hot as shit. So fast, too. Oh, man. This view might be better anyway. You know? This view might be better anyway. Fucking. You know what I mean? So I could block the, you know what? This is better anyway. But anyway, man, right, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. Cause yo, you know, eating shrimp, pork, crabs, lobster, any type of shellfish or anything that's an abomination, which is what? A filthy act. Even committing adultery. You know, that's why a lot of our people, you know, which that's what music, in the music industry, they promote that shit as all hell, man. Oh, you know, I don't even want to repeat it, but, you know, having sex with other men's wives and then bragging about it. This is why these 2/3 of our people has to be put to death. You know? Because not only that, they indulge in wickedness, right? But they brag about doing it. You know, they got pride in doing it. You know, so that's why, like the scriptures say, will you pity a charmer? Because if a motherfucker's playing with snakes and he get bit, you're not gonna show no sympathy for somebody like that. Why? Because he knew better. You gotta understand that. You know, and that's why what? Like it says, I believe in Proverbs. Let me see if I get that. You know, real quick. I believe that's Proverbs 1, where it states, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 26. I'm going to start at 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Yeah, yo, because this is a simple-ass world. You know, the Lord made the simple things in this world seem wise. You know, these people are wise in their own conceit, in their own vain opinions, in their emotions. Right? But it says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorner delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make you known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched out mine hand, and no man regarded. Right? The Lord stretching out his hand, how? Through the way of his men. You know? Through the way of his men prophesying. You know, because that's prophecy within itself. For the men of the Lord to bring out, you know, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, knowing you were Israelite, knowing that America's Babylon the Great, knowing that Yahweh, the Lord his name is Yahweh Shai, and the Father's Yahweh, knowing that we are the chosen, we are the children of Israel, the lost 12 tribes, you know, bringing out our true holy days to worship, to honor, right? These things in the scriptures it was spoken of that it shall come back to our remembrance in these times. For men to prophesy and for the Lord to bring back his name throughout the four corners of the earth. To stand in the streets boldly, raising up the house of David. To see that is like, damn, that's prophecy within itself. Right? Ezekiel 37. How he's going to bring the tribes back together. And we seen that happening. Right? What it say? Romans chapter 1 verse 32. Who knoweth the judgment of God, that of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Damn. Romans chapter 1 verse 32. Right. The same to them that has pleasure in doing it. Yo, these motherfuckers have to go. This place has to go, bro. This place has to go. Even men betraying each other. Women committing adultery. You know what I'm saying? Children not knowing who their parents. Growing up to be fucking monsters. Right? That's why our forefathers, in Esdras, second Esdras, the second chapter. When he spoke about praying for fewer days. Because he saw. Back then, he saw what was going on now. Daniel. When Daniel was in the lion's den. When the Lord gave him the vision of the latter days, which is now. Because remember, back then it was different. Things was different. But to see that, to live in the ancient world, which was already fucked up, being under the captivities of the Romans and the Greeks, they were whoring in the streets. Sodom and Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, there was no shame, but Daniel saw what was happening now. It was so bad, bro. He got sick for about, 2-3 weeks? I believe he fasted for 3 weeks. The Lord had to send an angel unto him. So it's like, you read these scriptures, but then when you go through, like that's why I made the lesson, though there's prophecies happening in a global scale, but there's also prophecies happening with ourselves, with the shit with the trials and tribulations that the Lord said we was gonna have to go through, but now that the Lord's turning everything all the way up, now you gotta really apply what you know according to the scriptures. Ephesians, we battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Ever since I've been going through, it fucked me, but at the end of the day, like the scriptures say, the servant is not greater than his Lord. So, me personally, I could feel more of what Yahweh Shai really felt. This is why Yahweh Shai gotta come back. Because we need healing. Starting from the apostles on down to the brothers that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, primarily preaching in the true name of the true doctrine. Bro, we gotta get the fuck out of here. You know? You develop more of a perfect hatred towards this place. You know what I'm saying? When you actually being tried and refined. You know? It's something different. Right? Now let's get what I wanted to get. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 11. Right? It says, because what? We know that this is not our resting place. Scriptures told us that. Throughout every captivity we was in, Egypt, Roman captivity, Greeks, even Nineveh, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Ancient Babylon, and now Babylon the Great. We never had rest. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because what? The scriptures say in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, that the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. So we know that the wicked is ruling right now. So therefore, wickedness is being promoted in an all-time high. Right? That's why the scriptures say, matter of fact, I get it. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11 says, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest. Lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. So you don't want to fall after the same examples of these people that's committing all types of wickedness, that's not taking heed to the word of the Lord. You know, like it tells you in the book of St. Matthew, the 24th chapter, around about 36th verse, as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. You know, as they were eating, drinking, marrying, giving into marriage, right? They knew not until Noah entered into that ark. You know, and the Lord destroyed the earth and only saved 8 souls. A remnant. Which is the same thing that's going to happen now. Right? So it says what? Hebrews chapter 4 verse 11. Let us labor, this is the labor. Right? Just look at what happened during the whole pandemic. You know how many people got fired? Overnight. How many people resigned from their occupations? So these things, there's nothing promising here. The only thing that's promising is this place being fucking burnt up. You know? And Yahweh Shai coming back to deliver his elect. To deliver his men. And women and children. You know, but it starts with the men. Because they're going to get saved through us. And we're going to get saved through Yahweh Shai. Right? Through the power of Yahweh. Because it's an order. You know? So that's why we reverence Yahweh Shai. Because without Yahweh Shai, there would be no way we could get to Yahweh. Just like in the Mafia, the Godfather. They don't go straight up to the Godfather, man. You know? Because it's a respect level. A lot of you niggas don't got no respect, man. Changing doctrines, you know. Listen, man, it's all set up to be that way. To show the sheep that sincerely want to listen, to see the integrity and the dignity of the true men of the Lord, the true shepherds, right? That's feeding through what? Through the true name of true doctrine, with sincerity, with faith, you know, and with due diligence, man. Right? So it says, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. And the Lord is showing us the judgments that he's bringing upon these people in the world. We don't want to fall after the same examples because, listen, man, You know, what's coming, As a matter of fact, let's bring that out. Second Esdras 15, Second Esdras 16. You know, Daniel 12 tells you that is going to be a matter of fact, let's get that first, and then we could jump to the book of Esdras, because, you know, what the Lord brought upon Egypt, what the Lord brought upon Greece, Rome, ancient Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, is going to be a cakewalk in comparison to what the Lord is going to bring, you know, in this generation. This is the last generation. Like the scripture tell you, that her sins reached to the heavens, you know, which is talking about Babylon the Great, which is what? AKA America, you know? And it doesn't say America in the scriptures, but when you read about, process of elimination, when you go through the prophecies, just like we know, you know, because the scriptures don't say, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are the biblical Israelites. Scriptures don't say that. We know through faith, first and foremost, which a lot of motherfuckers don't have. You could tell by their teachings, right? But you go through process of elimination. You know, like the Church of Berea, they studied, you know, to see if those things were true, right? And the Lord got to deal with you, sup with you through the Spirit, to open your eyes, your eyesight, spiritually, to allow you to discern, all right, you know, these are the only men that went through that, all right, boom, boom, boom. You connect it, because it's a puzzle. The scriptures is a puzzle. You can't just read it like it's a novel. You know what I mean? But we know that America is Babylon the Great. You know, the great whore, you know, and her shame, her skirt is being lifted, you know, right? By the Lord raising up his men, you know, to bring out, you know, the scriptures, man. Yahweh Shai, who the Israelites are, you know, the famine, the pestilence, you know, woes, lamentations, mournings, and woes is coming, you know. Anyway, so it says in the book of Daniel, we're going to get into it, chapter 12, right, verse number 1. It says, and you even have certain scribes that when they read the book of Daniel, and they even mentioned that the vision he saw with the statue is referring to, you know, the Assyrian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the Greek and the Roman, you know, right? And some scholars even, well, you know, quote unquote scholars, so-called, but some, you know, Edomite scholars even admit that the feet thereof of the statue is referred to what? The NATO, the beast, right? The 10 horns, partly, you know, with the clay of the iron, partly weak, partly strong. And you seen that now, how the house is divided against itself. Who also prophesied about that? Yahweh Shah himself. Okay? So, with all of this wars and rumors of wars going on, we're seeing that come into effect right now before our eyes. You know, you have World War I, you have World War II, but the scriptures say in Revelation chapter 11, I believe around the 14th verse, if a brother could get it, tells you what? That the third woe, right, cometh quickly. You know? Well, World War I was around late 1930s. Pardon me. World War II was around like late 1930s. That's not too long from now. You got people that's still alive from the 1930s. You know? So, everything is happening quicker in a global scale at that. Right? Because it speaks about the birth pains. You know, the trimesters. You know, so it says, Daniel chapter 12, verse number 1. And at that time, which is what? Which is now. The time that we're in and headed to. Because what? World War III did start, yeah. But the end is not yet. Because we still have to wait for that global digital currency to be mandated on a global scale, which they refer to as what? The hour of temptation. Shalom to the brothers on the common board. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shem Kwakwadash. Barakatam to you brothers, man. You know, I love y'all brothers, man. We all we got. You know? But, like the hour of temptation speaks about it coming upon all the world. You know, upon the face of the earth, the whole earth. Also, if a brother could find real quick, I don't know about heart, where it states that a snare shall it come upon all the world. Because that's a trap. You know, with these restrictions, with these mandations, right? With their wicked policies that they trying to bring out pursuant to Isaiah 10. You know, it's all snares to trap people up, push you in the corner. To where you soon, people are not going to have, you know, options to go to work. Options to feed their children, to pay rent, to pay for gas, to travel to other states or cities. Until they what? Have that digital device inserted in their right hand or in their forehead. The water, brother. I know it was in Luke. Luke chapter 21, verse 35. St. Luke chapter 31, verse 35 rather, it says, for as a snare, which is a trap, you know, because even with these social media platforms, people are starting to see the lies. For instance, how in one platform, they were saying that 52 people died in Ukraine, you know, or injured rather, and 156 people died. But yeah, in the background, you see the reporter, but behind the reporter, you see a bunch of people lined up in body bags on the floor. And then you had this one fuck up that the body bag, which it wasn't a body bag, it was like a regular fucking garbage bag, but through the wind, the Lord had it to where the wind came by, and the bag came off the dude, but he tried to catch it and put it back over him. You know what I mean? So, even with that, the way they change the narratives psychologically tries to trap people in emotionally. Something called social engineering, right? To get people prepared for what's coming, you know? So they can look at Esau, these elites, you know, bringing these propagandas as if they're the good guys and the rest of the world is the bad guys. But really it's the complete opposite. Because you got the internet. A net is like a trap. Like a net where you go and catch fish. Anyway, it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up. Michael the archangel. The angel for war. Now the Lord is going to come back with the holy angels. And Michael the archangel is going to stand up for what? For thy people. Because that's how drastic it's going to get out here. There's no other way but for us to put our full faith and trust in the Lord. That's how bad it's going to be. There's no gun that's going to save you. There's no... Your job, your manager ain't going to save you. Your body, how big you think you are. None of that. You're delusional if you think so. I'm going to finish with the brother brought out. For as a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. So everybody's feeling it. The whole world is feeling it. You know? Scriptures even say that the earth shall rock to and fro. Due to what? World War III with these missiles being shot left and right. But see, America, aka Babylon the Great, is gonna be the only land that's gonna be completely wiped out, a deserted land. That's why the scriptures refer to as a lake of fire. You know, as it states that her smoke shall rise, from her torment. Roughly paraphrasing, it says, how the hell are you gonna escape from that? Because these other places is gonna feel it as well, you know. Because America's gonna let some shots off too. You know what I mean? But it says, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, like Jacob's trouble. Pursuing to Jeremiah 30, around about the 6th or 7th verse. A trouble, a time never seen before, man. Martial law, right? Cannibalism, people being raped in the streets. All hell is about to utterly be broken loose, man. People chasing you to eat you. People thrown in the FEMA camps. People shot on sight. It ain't gonna be no movies, man. This is real life we talking about. This is life or death. This is why, man, this is why, like the scripture I read, we labor therefore to enter into that rest. Because we don't want to fall after the same example as unbelievers. Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time that people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, that book of life. So that's when Yahushua is going to come to deliver us out of this captivity. Because that's why our people are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to serve slavery under the king that's ruling in that particular land. And all these kings are going to be destroyed. Right? All these kings. That's why Yahushua is referred to as what? The King of Kings. Because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And it's going to be established on earth. But in order for it to be physically established on earth, all these other kings that's ruling now has to be taken out. And all these heathens, you got Moab, Ammon, the Japanese, the Chinese. First and foremost, Esau, right? The Edomites, which are the so-called white people, these elites, right? The Khazars, Amalek, these Ashkenazi, ugly-ass so-called Jews, which is the Zionist Jews, that control the media, the banks, the oil, these corporations. They're giving power to these corporations now. Destroying the smaller corporations, right? And to control the finance. But anyway, you got these other heathenistic nations, they're going to be serving us. Just like how us as a nation, the people of the Lord, you Israelites, we're serving all these different kings of the earth now, having to work, labor, putting money in their pockets, because we're buying merchandises from businesses that they own. Soon they're gonna bow to us. Soon they're gonna bow unto Yahushua when he comes back, when he returns. All these heathens are going to bow unto the men of the Lord. When we take the kingdom, we're about to take this kingdom. You see? Like it tells you in Jeremiah, how we're fishers of men now, but soon we're going to be hunters. Right? Because when Yahushua come back, he's not going to plead with you people, man. The Yahweh is using us to plead with people now, as far as getting right towards our own people, and telling the heathen who they are and that they're going into captivity and slavery, just like we in today. So that's rightfully so, you know. But that's why only a remnant is gonna be saved, bro. And it's not us doing the saving. We can't even save ourselves. You know, that's why we're laboring. So that what we could be found worthy to escape these things that's coming. Like it tells you in St. Luke. We all fall short of the glory of the Lord. But, man, it's a blessing and an honor, man. Oh my gosh, bro. This is all I got, bro. This is all I got. And bro, I just want to see my brothers make it. To hell with this fucking place. To hell with this place. There's nothing this place has to offer but fucking death. That's all that's around us is death. And our enemies. Because if you ain't with the Lord, you my fucking enemy. You his enemy. Because we coming into a time where, yo, all these people are gonna fucking drop you and switch up on you. Quicker than a hot potato. It's about to get ugly. And this is why we gotta fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It's not about your status. It's not about how much you know. You know what I'm saying? Because everything can be snatched away from us in a blink of an eye. However and whenever the Lord sees fit. So this is why we... Prayer, man. Prayer is key. Faith. Because now is the time to... You know, yeah, we got to teach. We got to prophesy. We got to warn the people what's coming. Rehearse these righteous acts and move as examples to the sheep that's looking towards a teacher or a shepherd or a prophet. You know, and if I'm a prophet, I gotta keep staying diligent, because I'm not doing it only for myself, but those that seek learning. And other brothers that's out there laboring. Because we're a body. We're like different rivers. You know how the rivers flow? They got their own little path, their pathways. Some goes up the mountains, some goes downstream. But they all connect to a body, which is the ocean. You know what I'm saying? And it's the Lord. It's the Lord's work. It's the Lord's work. It's just a blessing and honor for him to even consider us. You know? Because he could raise up stones to prophesy, man. This is the book. Let's start off with Second Esdras. It's lucky if I'm a little bit emotional, but I can't hold it in. Just gotta let it out. But soon the Lord is he's gonna wipe away all tears. You know? And I pray for all you brothers all the time. But Lord knows. You know what I'm saying? Brothers that's prophesying in the true name and in the true doctrine, in sincerity and in faith, in truth and with fear. Right? Through the apostles on down, to all the brothers throughout the four corners of the earth that's sacrificing themselves, man. Because that's a tough thing to do. You know? And you brothers out there that's by themselves, you know, I know. Trust me, I you know what I'm saying? I've experienced. Then I don't got the greatest stature. People wanting to fucking body me, talking about they watching me. Listen, that's fine. Because once you know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he's orchestrating everything. The scriptures say to deceive and the deceiver are his. That takes away the fear. You know? Because what? He's the father of spirits. Scriptures say he's the father of lights. So what's there to fear? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Though the scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely be saved, because we don't know if we're the elect. You know? We're prisoners of hope. So, for us to scarcely be saved, and that's in whatever scenario you in. Like case in point, I speak for myself. For the past 4 months, now I went through some shit, some traumatic shit. Ended up in, you know, right now I'm currently in Florida, teaching over here in D-Land. But, I didn't expect to be over here. You know what I'm saying? But, damn, I kind of lost my train of thought. But, the Lord is controlling everything. You know what I'm saying? And when you actually go through shit, man, you understand the implications of what the scriptures tell you, you know, implication meaning what you know, how to apply certain things and when to apply it. Wisdom. You gain the wisdom. You gain that faith. You know? You gain that humility. And it all sheds, it's all part of the trying and refining. It's all to shed off whatever, you know, old man or that old creature, you know? And it helps you self-reflect more and more, especially now. You know, because you want to be found worthy to be exempt, right? So this is Sirach chapter 2 verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So we're gonna go through adversity, and it's like going through fire. You know, you gotta go through the pain. You know, you gotta go through, just like how the Lord brought. Hey, Yahushua went through pain, man. Paul went through pain. All our forefathers went through pain. You know, when we read that, you know, like the scriptures, like Paul said in Romans chapter 15, I believe, the things that was written for the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning. But yo, when you actually go through it, that's why it's always good to speak to brothers that went through certain things, man. That went through certain experiences. Because we're supposed to lift each other up. Scriptures say, comfort one another with these words. So we're comforting each other. This is the only thing that's comforting us. You know? I mean, the Apocrypha is part of it. It is the scriptures. I'm not going to say it's part of it. It is. You know? This is what's comforting us. This is our comforter. You know? Knowing the promises. Immortality. You don't got to suffer in these bodies. You don't got to suffer for women choosing, oh, she wants another man. She's tired of you. She's, you know, she don't feel that spark no more because you're not showing her attention. So now she want to go with this man and then lead you on some Delilah shit, bro. And it's fucked up because we can't implement the judgment that we want to on these people, man. Here it is, we gotta suffer wrongfully. Yeah, I wish I suffered wrongfully. You know what I mean? Though here it is, we getting shitted on. People spitting on our face. You know, but we can't take vengeance. We can't take matters into our own hands. Soon we about to. Soon, oh my gosh, bro. I want to do so much to these people. I want to see everyone that did all brothers dirty, every fucking rat bastard bitch that did every brother dirty, for brothers to look at them in their eyes and just put that sword in them. Ah! Motherfucker, you. Just feel that pain, bro. Yahweh Shai first and foremost. Cause yo, we're brokenhearted. This is real pain. This brothers got PTSD, bro. Brothers went through traumatic shit. They spat in Yahweh Shai's face, ripped his beard, mocked him, put a crown of thorns on him. And this is why all our forefathers just wanted to go home. How long? How long do we gotta watch these motherfuckers just shit on the Lord, man? Just shit on the men of the Lord. And we gotta take it. It's alright though, bro, cause like it says here, Proverbs. Let's jump back to it. Cause I just realized I wasn't able to I got so caught up in I got sidetracked a little bit. So Salaki about that. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 26. And these are comforting words as well. Knowing that, yo, we're gonna be vindicated. The Lord don't forget nothing. The Lord don't forget nothing. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 26. I'm going to start at 24. Because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also, now they want to start making noise with cutting grass. Anyway, it says, verse 26, I also would laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Just like when they mocked Elijah in the wilderness, Elisha, right? The Lord said, 2 she-bears, they mocked him, they called him, because, you know, he was bald or whatever. You know, he didn't have hair on the top of his crown, right? But they mocked him over that, right? So the Lord put the spirit. The Lord put the spirit on the 2 she-bears, the animals, to just rip these children. And there was about 40 children. Just ripped them apart in shreds. Like how a wrestler just rips his shirt. You know what I'm saying? But that shows you that the animals is gonna be in alliance with the Lord when all hell breaks loose. All types of judgment is coming, man. These people don't know what it is to starve, bro. Especially in America. The most gluttonous place. Fast food. You get everything quick, fast. Microwave. You know, buffets. You know? People are so comfortable here with their jobs, so complacent. Going shopping, going partying, going to clubs, bars. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is about to turn their feast days into mourning. Into great mourning. You know? And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because right now the Lord is having mercy. The Lord's having mercy. The Lord's telling you what's coming and still warns you about it. Like, yo, I'm about to whoop your ass. Get right. Because I don't have to unless you repent. But these people are stiff-necked. It's what our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the biblical Israelites, the scriptures say, ye are a stiff-necked and rebellious people. A hard head make a sore fast. So now you got to deal with the repercussions. You got to deal with what you reap what you sow. The Lord is starting at his house first with his men, but he's coming down to where he's coming down to all nations, to all the heathens, and to all the Israelites that scattered abroad. Because y'all not mocking us. Y'all mocking him that sent us. Alright? Because it's his will. We're just the messengers. So it says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. So when all these people start seeing all hell break loose, martial law, people getting sent to FEMA camps, right? I keep doing that with my eye. When people are sent to FEMA camps, when people are finally seeing cannibalism, children being snatched, women being raped in the streets, running into stores, robbing the stores, robbing houses, robbing cars, right? There's no lights in the street. You name it. That's when they're going to want to seek the Lord. Like it tells you in Ezekiel 33rd chapter. Then shall they know that a prophet was among them. And not just any prophet, but those people that heard the words. You know. Because these Christians ain't prophesying. These are Muslims, Jehovah's Witness, Catholics, these false prophets that know they're Israelites, but they talking about that the Lord didn't do miracles, the book of Hebrews and you know, Luke is not in the gospel, the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? The Lord loves everybody, or the hour of Jacob's trouble is not coming. That's those motherfuckers is gonna get caught up and beaten with many stripes because they knew better. That you adding and taking away, it's better that you have known. It's better that you have not known. You know? So when it says, then shall they know that a prophet was among them, it's the people that heard that seed that was planted within them. In due time, the Lord is going to give them that increase whenever he sees fit. Right? Whether it's the 11th hour Israelites, you know. However, but they're going to know, oh, they did prophesy about these things. You know, when all hell is finally broken loose. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it says, when verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. So what? You gotta, in order for you to want to get right, you gotta fear the Lord. And then, you know, it starts with belief. Because if you fear the Lord, righteous fear, you're gonna do that which pleases the Lord in his sight to the best of your ability. So you won't get caught up in that second death. Right? But what? These people don't fear. This is the faithless, and this is the land of forsaken. You know, these people, the Lord is not in their thoughts or in all their ways. You know? People are seeing what's going on. They're seeing that the government is lying, and the propagandas and the agendas, and people are starting to, you know, resort to scriptures more, but what are they doing to want to get right, to be found exempt from the judgment that's coming. Because at the end of the day, judgment day is coming. And as a matter of fact, what's that scripture, if a brother could find it, where it says, I saw the place under the sun, that judgment was there. Roughly paraphrasing, I don't want to butcher it, though I quoted it. I know it's in Ecclesiastes. Let me see if I get it. Right? Because the Lord's about to judge all the world, man. Not just Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is going to be completely a wasteland, but like the scripture says, it's going to be a day of the heathen. And our people are scattered amongst them throughout the four corners of the earth. They look like them, they took their customs, they speak like them, worshiping their gods. But I'm going to bring out Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse number 9. It says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Scriptures also say that the Lord requires that which is past. Here it is, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. It says, that which has been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And God requires that which is past. So the Lord requires that which is past. He brought judgment upon all these wicked kingdoms. You know, he's going to bring judgment now. And we at the end of this place. We at the very end of this place. I want to bring out real quick. This book of Second Esdras, chapter 7. I'm going to start at 41. Second Esdras chapter 7 verse 41. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up, right? Because corruption has been becoming more worse and worse as generations pass throughout all the captivities of the earth. Now oh man, you can be whatever you want to be. You can worship whatever you want. You know, it's that Aleister Crowley spirit, do as thou will. It's all witchcraft, sorcery in this place. Women could just, you know, overnight just choose another man because she wants that new spark. You know? And you're supposed to figure out what she really wants without her asking because you gotta cater to her. Get the fuck out of here, bro. We don't gotta cater to none of these bitches, man. You know? They were made to please us. Yeah, we in this society. Yeah, they gotta be balanced. But as a man, at the end of the day, We got to serve the Lord, you know? But corruption has grown in this place more and more. See, all types of, everything that this society promotes goes contrary to what the scriptures say to do. That's why this place is hell. This is hell, man. The living condition is hell. People die here, you know? You gotta suffer in this place. Look what happened with the pandemic. There were a lot of people fucking died from that, bro. Right? This is not the kingdom of heaven. I could damn sure tell you that. You know? Anyway, it says, even so now, seeing corruption has grown up, and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also? Right? So it says, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end. So this is not the end, you know? This is not the end. This way of living is not going to continue. Like the scriptures say, there is an end, right? Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. You know? Like Jadakiss said, you know, we cry at birth and laugh at death. Cause it's like, yo, being here is like 50 Cent said, Curtis Jackson, right? Death gotta be easy, cause life is hard. This shit'll leave you emotionally and mentally scarred. Physically scarred, something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But this is not the end, man. I mean, this way of living is the end. Because corruption is not going to be, corruption is not going to completely inherit the earth. You know, brothers brought out some scriptures. Oh yeah, like that movie, Brightburn. Right, the things are passed away. Damn. Salakia, brothers, I know y'all put up some scriptures. I'm gonna get to it though. Matter of fact, let's get them. Since I noticed it. Damn, almost gotta go to the plantation. Probably be on here for another 30 minutes. They just like completely did a 360 on my schedule, man. Yeah, that's another reason why we gotta get out of here, man. Fucking working for heathens. You know, and Lord willing, man, I'm gonna start doing these app jobs, get more time for myself and the Lord. You know, because I just got this chariot, you know, whatever, through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because, you know, you being in the city, you don't really have that motive to want to get a vehicle. But anyway, fuck me. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 4, right? It says, and God, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, right? Because we're never going to sin anymore. We're never going to go off, you know? We're not going to have to worry about getting robbed, getting eviction notices, getting paying for rent. We're not going to worry about death, man. We're not going to worry about sinning anymore. That's a beautiful thing. You know? We shall be joyful upon our beds. You know, the Lord is going to lay us down in green pasture. You know, we just want peace. There's no peace in this place, man. We've been going to war since the earth was created. We never had real peace. We saw a glimpse of that when King Solomon was ruling for 40 years. You know? And we don't even remember that. We just know according to what we read in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? But we don't really remember that, us being reincarnated. But we know that, you know, like the brother just brought up, Revelation, that's coming. And that's what we look forward to. You know? What else is there to do, man? Like Apostle Ricard, one of the brothers put up a quick video when Apostle Ricard was with the brothers over there in Dallas. You know, Elder Yashuan by them, GMS Dallas. You know, shalom to them brothers and elders. You know? And he was bringing out the whole testimonies, the history. How Apostle, Elder Apostle Tahar was on their ass. Like, yo, man, what else we gonna do? What else is there to do? You know, and the way they came up was more rough. It was more rugged. There was no real internet. There was no real, you know what I'm saying? They went through the hard combat boot type labor. You know, now we're carrying, you know, their labor. We're making it easier for them now. Through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because what the scriptures say, that this word shall be preached. St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel, meaning what? The good news. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom. The good news of the kingdom, man. Right now we're in a wicked ass kingdom. Game of Thrones type shit. But like the brother brought out, right? Come on, you fucking phone. Revelation chapter 21, verse up 4. You know, where it says, Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So all of this is going to be passed away. That's why what I read in 2 Ezra 7, chapter what? Verse 42, that this present life is not the end, because this is not the end, man. First of all, this place cannot continue like, this is not the way that the Lord created the earth so beautiful. You know, you look at pictures, look at some brothers, you know, we haven't visited everywhere, but you look at pictures, you look at like documentaries of the animals, and just looking at just the animals alone. I've always been into animals, creatures. I've always been a deep animal lover. I've always wished like I could speak with them. I've always been admired by the difference and the uniqueness in comparison to a bird from a big ass lion or whale. You know what I mean? The diversity. It shows the beauty of the Lord from a tree. You know what I'm saying? From a tree to how it rains, right? How everything in nature has its part, has its obedience to it, you know? But that just shows the beauty. So, you know, amen. So just think about the kingdom. It's so far beyond that which we can imagine. It's beyond our comprehension. I believe there's a scripture where it speaks about how Paul saw what I believe it was the third heavens, right? But he couldn't even put it in words. If a brother could get that for me, Baba Koshai, I think he even considered it as like, in a sense of like going off if he described it, if I'm not mistaken. But yo, the earth is going to have its own aroma. We're going to have our stature back. We're not going to get sick. The air is going to be so thinner. The water is going to crystallize. Our women and our skin is going to glow. Scriptures speak about how we're going to glow to the point where the sun don't even have to shine. Yo, man. You know what I'm saying? The earth needs healing. You know what I mean? And that's why, man, like, yo, that's what we should look for. Cause nothing here is gonna fucking niggas, man. Anyway, nothing here could compare to what's coming. The floor paved in gold. The food we're gonna eat is, we're gonna feel alive when we eat it. You're not gonna feel, oh, I got the itis, I can't even move. You know what I mean? Nah, fuck all that, man. Anyway, it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So, you know, we reached that stage. You know what I'm saying? Through the internet, which makes our labor that much more easier as well. You know. Let me see what else the brothers got posted up. Brother, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 7, the water for that. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full unto the place from whence the rivers come. Thither they return again. Yeah, that's heavy. Ecclesiastes 3:16. Moreover, I saw, there it is, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there, right? Which is what? Earth. Because the earth, you know, everything is, this place is when Yahushua comes back on earth, he's gonna judge this place. That's why John said, what? If any man love the world, you know, the love of the Father is not in him. Meaning what? If you love what this world promotes, you know, if you joining hand in hand, that's why the script Paul said, be not equally yoked with unbelievers. Because what? How can two walk together except they be agreed? That's confusion. Malachi said with the Lord, he changed. Not the Lord is, no, not Malachi. But the scripture said the Lord is not the author of confusion. Meaning what? That brings plagues upon you. The plague of the mind. Spirits start hopping on you. Because this place is confusion. Babao. Everything here is confusion. You don't know people don't know what's going on. They don't know what religion to believe in. They don't even know what gender to be. It's madness. You know? These women confused. They want a man to please this. They want satisfaction in this. They get tired of a man so easily. Even when the man rights his wrongs and be like, you know what, we could fix this, they just mentally fucked up from their past relationships, just passed around like rag dolls. And they're quitters. The women in our nation, most of them are quitters. They just run off to something that's easier. You know, they get their little confidence, and they don't want to keep fighting for certain things. Even when the man rights his wrongs. At the end of the day, fuck him, because, you know, we got our wrongs, but what? We righting our wrongs and repenting unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua at the end of the day. You know? Whether those women get judged, especially if they shitted on men of the Lord. And I pray all you brothers that went through those circumstances to where, you know, you lost your child, the women left you for another man or whatever the case is, just shitted on you. You know, I pray that you see judgment upon them. You know, Shalak Rayam Wa on all these women, man. To the point where they even beg you to come back. And the Lord put the righteous decision on you, you know, at that right time. To put you in the spirit to make that right decision and there. Because the Lord may have them come back when all hell break loose, especially if they knew the name of the Lord. Especially if they saw what you did, right? You know, some certain seed was planted in them, you know. And, however, but we need prayer amongst each other. You know, like the brother Kazak made the other day over there in Mississippi, you know. And what the scriptures do say that the prayer, you know, healeth the sick. You know, it availeth much, roughly paraphrasing. You know, if a brother could bring that out, right? Fuck this nigga doing, man? Got a lot of weirdos, man. You know what I mean? But we almost, like, that's all part of suffering. That's all part of, and see, we understand why we suffer. This is why the scriptures tell you in the book of Proverbs. Let me get that real quick. I think it is with much wisdom cometh much grief. No, that's in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse number 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. So we understand through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding according to the scriptures, you know, when thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. You know, what all our forefathers went through, and this is all to try us, our faith, and to be found worthy, to, you know, for to be exempt, you know, and obtain that salvation when the Son of Man comes. These people don't understand. That's why what? It says in Isaiah 31:1. Let's get that. It's lucky if I ramble, you know, more than bringing out scriptures. It's just been going through a lot, man, and just trying to maintain the balance of the situation that I was put in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I do pray that all y'all brothers, man, brothers from Minnevala, brothers from GMS, brothers from, y'all brothers is in my heart, because it's about the doctrine. You know, pray for me, man, that, you know, that the Lord avenge me from this. You know, because, yo, we do need each other, bro, and it's here to make us stronger. You know, don't get it twisted. Because once all hell break loose, you know, we're going to take a big-ass deep breath like, like finally. In the sense of, we don't got to worry about all this extra shit no more. Brothers is ready to be fucking pilgrims. You know what I mean? Brothers been mentally there already. You know, but in a sense, like the Lord is having me go through those things early. Yeah, it's a blessing. And he did take me away from certain snares. You know, I do look at what I gained from it. You know, rather than indulging more on the sorrow. You know, it's that we in the flesh, man. But it's about fighting. Like how Paul fought the good fight of faith. You know what I'm saying? And who are we if we did not go through it? Like who would, you know, the crown ain't just gonna fall from the sky into our hands. Doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So with much wisdom comes much grief, so we know why we suffering. Then when we scream and cry aloud, spare not, lift up that voice like a trumpet, show my people their transgression, then they mock us, not knowing what we sacrificing, not knowing what we're gonna sacrifice. Because when all hell break loose, they're gonna take us, get us locked up. The apostles got locked up. We don't know where where it's gonna turn to. But that's where faith gotta be implemented. You know, and all that, man. So it says, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end, where much glory doth abide, therefore have they prayed for the weak. So we are, you know what I mean, without Yahweh Shai, man. Because Paul did say, you know, I could do all things through Yahweh Shai. But without him, man, we ain't shit. We still ain't shit, but we more than motherfuckers that don't know about Yahweh Shai. You know, that's definitely a fact. I'm saying? And for us to go through this, and the Lord bring us out of certain things, does show that that's more of a chance of brothers being part of that number. To be part of that number, the 1/3, like King David said, I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the kingdom of heaven than a dwelling sense of wickedness. I like that's, you know what I'm saying? Because the little of a righteous man is more than the abundance of whatever these people have, but yet they get it through wickedness. They strive for through vain glory, through this, that, and the third, you know? Let me get this real quick. Book of Isaiah, chapter 31. Verse 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. These people are going to go to Egypt for help. They're going to go, because once they can't feed their children, they can't turn their lights on, they don't got a car no more, they can't travel, you know, families betraying each other, right? Loved ones betraying each other, right? They're gonna go for the government to refuge. They may just fucking walk into the FEMA camps. Like, listen, we heard you giving out food. The only way to buy or sell is that we get this digital device. Hey, listen, I got a child. You know, a lot of people are gonna be willing. But then, you know, the elect is not gonna hear that. But that's when the Lord is gonna lift up a standard against them. That's when the Lord is gonna start bringing in that divine intervention. You know, like he did for our forefathers. And we in the end of the end. The end of the end of the end of all the ends. All the wicked kingdoms that was ended. This is the last kingdom. Babylon the Great is going to greatly fall. It's going to have the greatest fall. It's going to be a memorial. You know what I'm saying? The smoke of a torment is going to burn forever. So we can remember as a testimony. So after that, that's it. You know? And then we're going to have to reestablish righteousness upon the earth throughout time. First, throughout the thousand years, getting our people back in track, having to raise them up. You know what I'm saying? Having the heathens build up our kingdom, starting from Yahweh, from Yahushai, King David, to the elders, you know, 144,000, to the 1/3 and the rest of the elect, the order, that governing body that the Lord is establishing now, man. The tabernacle of David, the house of David, the Bawath Tawadah, you know, and it's a blessing and an honor to be part of that. And Lord willing, man, we endure. You know, the scripture said, he that endureth to the end shall be saved. We're not saved yet. We're not saved yet. You know, like Kobe Bryant said, when they was in the playoffs, you know, when he was in the press conference, and they asked him, how do you feel about taking a 2-0 lead, a 2-0 lead? He said he looked at him, shrugged his shoulders like, is the job done? The job ain't done. Because you need a 4-0 win. You need 4 wins. And it's crazy because 4 is mercy. Yeah, and I just realized I said it 3 times. 4, 4, 4. The Lord is going to bring that mercy, man. He's not unrighteous to forget, you know, our labors, our works, and you know what I mean? Our labors is not going to go unforgotten. The Lord don't forget none. The Lord, Yahushua, he's going to see those people that pierced him when he come back. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, it's 2:30. I'll bring out a little bit more. But anyway, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. And Egypt, synonymous for bondage, because, well, we're in Egypt. And to back that up, let's get real quick. So the government in Egypt, Egypt's synonymous for bondage. We're in bondage. Pursuing the Exodus, the 20th chapter, and the first verse. Matter of fact, let's get that, and then let's get the one in Revelation, so we could, just for clarification, for edification's sake. Exodus chapter 20. Verse 1 says, and God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land, out of the hand, Salakia, out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And if you brothers want, you can get 2 Esdras 1 verse 7, Babak Rashad, to link that up, while I get the one in Revelation, Babak Rashad, for edification's sake. 2 Esdras chapter 1 verse 7. This is Revelation chapter 18. Salakia. I know where it says, and their dead body shall lie in the streets, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You know? But it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. So, they're going down to Egypt for help, going to the government for help, because they see their military might, they see that they're great in number, but the Lord don't deal with might. He deals with, like how we're a small sanctuary, wherever we go, like the scriptures say. You know, and that's how he shows his power. That's how he shows his glory. You know? Matter of fact, since I brought that out, let's get Isaiah 59. Because like it says in the book of what? First Kings, how there is more with us than them, roughly paraphrasing. Speaking about the angels. Isaiah chapter 59 verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. See? So what? That standard is the Lord bringing he's going to intervene in a divine way, in a divine manner. Right? Like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. You know? They shall be amazed at the strangeness of their salvation, as the scriptures say. So far beyond all that they looked for. These people don't really believe what we're saying. They, you know what I'm saying? They look at it like the things we're saying, it's as if we're taking it from a script in a movie. But the script we're reading off of is the scriptures. Because in the movies, they get it from the scriptures. The Marvel comics, you know what I'm saying? The healing, teleportation when Yahweh Shai flat. All that, man. Elijah bringing fire from heaven. Stopping the rain for 3 years. You know? Hey, man. I even had dreams of healing a man in a hospital from a skin-eating bacteria. You know what I'm saying? Praising the Lord 3 times. I did the video on my first page, but, you know, they clipped it. It's all good, though. But those things are real. You know, the Lord is showing visions amongst brothers, spiritual abilities. You know, Isaiah 4:1, 7 women shall take hold of one man. You know what I'm saying? Some of these women, we might just have to fucking Bruce Lee drop kick them in their face. But some of them, we may just keep in, clean them up. Hey, I mean, you know, through the Spirit, when you understand it, we the Lord's women, we was filthy. The Lord cleaned us up. You know what I'm saying? But, fuck them. If they come, they come. If not, it is what it is. At the end of the day, if we're saved, then they'll be saved. You know what I mean? But the Lord has said, you know, that standard is coming. You know, Job 14. Job, let's get that real quick. Job. Job chapter 14. Let's start at 4. No. I'm going to start at 4, yeah. Who could bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. So, that right there just shows you there's no fucking repentance in Esau. Scriptures say how he sorted out with his. You know? He's gonna go into captivity. He's gonna drink double the cup. But anyway, it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. That's right. That's why Revelation 12:12 says what? So that they have, that they know if. They know that they have but a short time. So that's why things are speeding up. You know, we at the end, man. You know, so with that, man, I hope this was edifying, exhorting through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I'm going to say, Kol Halo, Abanawa Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Church of Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere, hopeful, like you brothers out there prophesying in the true name and in the true doctrine about the times we're in the headed to. For the kingdom of heaven is at hand. This Qudash Bayah coming back at you with church. You know, in the car ministry, if you will. You know, with that, you know, shalom to all you brothers out there, man. Shalom.